From Bismarck, North Dakota, it's the IFL on Beck. Following their worst loss of the season, the Bismarck Bucks are hoping to rebound as the Iowa Barnstormers fly into North Dakota looking for their third straight win. Hello everyone and welcome inside the Bismarck Event Center alongside the UND Hall of Fame coach Roger Thomas. I'm David Sugarman. Bucks head coach Rod Miller did not mince words about last week's 36-point loss to Sioux Falls. We didn't come out with the thrill, the fire, the intensity for the game that Sioux Falls came out with. Coach, when the head coach calls his team out like that, how do you expect the players to respond?
Well, I've been there a few times in my life. What you try to do, of course, is show the guys what happened, wash it out of their mind, but also challenge them to say, you know, if you don't like that taste in your mouth, we got a chance to get rid of it, and today's the day to do that.
When you talk about the Iowa Barnstormers, you have to talk about the reigning MVP, quarterback DeQuan Neal. Had a season-high 4 passing touchdowns in the win over Bismarck just 2 weeks ago. Coach, easier said than done, but how can they contain Neal today?
Good question. He's the real deal. I mean, he throws the ball well, he scrambles, he's got great poise. He'll extend those plays like we see of any pro quarterback. I love those guys that can allow the receivers to get open. So good luck I think keeping him in the pocket is probably one of the keys.
Round 2 between the Barnstormers and the Bucks. It's all coming up on Beck following the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show.
Poem Design is your shop for specialized and meaningful home decor. Nothing makes a house a home like personalized designs that celebrate your milestones and tells your family's unique story. Check out our e-commerce site to find signs, photo prints, and much more. Let Poem's cutting-edge technology create unique products to help you add your personal touch to any space. Visit poemdesign.net to shop our catalog today.
Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Aramark, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Dickinson State University, Torgerson Auto Center, Stone Home Brewing Company, and West River Chiropractic. Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Action Motorsports, Bill Barth Ford, Glenn's Welding, H.A. Thompson & Sons, Taco Del Mar, and Veracity Motors.
Since 1908, H.A. Thompson & Sons has helped thousands of buildings run comfortably through the hottest and coldest weather in North Dakota.
Now, our guaranteed maintenance agreements for heating and cooling systems keep your equipment running efficiently, reducing costs, and providing consistent comfort. Preventive maintenance doesn't cost, it actually saves, and we'll show you how to save money and improve your comfort.
Working together, we'll find ways to help your building and budget with our custom maintenance plans.
Call us today, H.A. Thompson & Sons.
Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Blue Hot Mongolian Grill, Jiffy Lube, Hawk Tree Golf Course, Moss Adams, Premier Property, and Shields. Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Beck Communications Cooperative, Shields, Pure Country, Runnings Farm and Fleet, Taco Del Mar, Gluten Property Management.
When no one else is around, champions get to work. They never rest, never settle.
gorgeous look at downtown Bismarck, North Dakota, where the Iowa Barnstormers have come to town to take on the Bismarck Bucks. Welcome back into the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show, IFL action, alongside the Hall of Fame UND coach Roger Thomas. David Sugarman on hand here with the rest of our wonderful Beck Sports crew. Let's dive right in. Around the region, presented by West Dakota Chevy Dealers. For more information, visit westdakotachevy.com. Around the IFL, our looks today, Green Bay, Louisville. That game is actually postponed right now. Another couple other games going on, including Duke City visiting Northern Arizona. And taking a look at the Bucks' upcoming schedule, need to take advantage of the home game today, because then they take to the road. At Green Bay, at Sioux Falls, followed by a bye week before rounding out a three-game road trip in Massachusetts. That's your look around the IFL, presented by West Dakota Chevy Dealers. Discover something strong at your local Chevy dealer today. Time now for our Eventide Senior Living Community Keys to the Game. Eventide Senior Living Communities has been empowering older adults to thrive for nearly 70 years, with locations in Moorhead, Fargo, West Fargo, and Jamestown, Devils Lake. Found out more information at eventide.org. Let's start with the visitors coach. For the Barnstormers, first-year head coach Les Moss made it pretty simple. They came out on top last time, but a couple of turnovers made it a little bit too close for comfort. They want to value the possession today.
Well, they have done a good job of that, and it starts with the quarterback, of course, who runs, throws, and kind of leads the charge. I think Bismarck's going to have their hands full, keeping him under control and taking it from there.
As for the Bucks, following their 36-point loss last week to Sioux Falls, head coach Rod Miller has been imploring his team to come out with energy. They've promised that they'll do so today. It'll get put to the test right off the bat against a good Iowa team. Moving right along with our Proceed player matchup. Need seed, think proceed. And let's talk about the quarterbacks. First, Daquan Neal, the reigning IFL MVP, 14 passing touchdowns. He's also got 7 on the ground. He's a dynamic threat, coach.
Well, as we were chatting a little while ago, got a 70+% completion percentage. Besides his running ability, he sure keeps you honest. Some designed runs and some not designed runs, and he can do it.
Had a season high 4 passing touchdowns 2 weeks ago in the win over Bismarck. And Bismarck's quarterback not having a bad season himself. Glenn Couillette secured the starting job a few weeks ago, has 19 passing touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns, and does not make many mistakes. He'll need to have a big game today. That's our Proceed player matchup. Need seed, think proceed. The Bucks will kick off first to Elad Kavalu and the Barnstormers. Kickoff is brought to you by Dagelman Industries. Visit Dagelman.com for more information and find an authorized dealer near you. Dagelman Industries, engineered tough. Barber kicks it away. It gets behind Kavalu and takes a bounce over the end zone. So it'll be first down and 10, starting from their own 5-yard line. Iowa 3-1, coming off an impressive 33-13 win over the Tucson Sugar Skulls, in which the defense really led the way, coach. It was tied 13 all at the half, 20-0 shutout in the second half, including a pick 6. But this man leads the charge for Iowa. Quarterback Daquan Neal in the shotgun. Gives it off to Evan Owens. Finds a small lane before he's wrapped up by Trey Harvey.
Well, if that's any indication, the pursuit from the Bucks is good. That's what it's going to take to corral them. And like I said, the coach challenged them to play with energy. Well, you got to get guys around the football to make a tackle. And the first one's a good one.
Bismarck coming off a 64-28 loss last week to the reigning defending champs, Sioux Falls. Head coach Rod Miller said they didn't match their intensity, their fire, their thrill for the game. Wants to see his team rise to the occasion as Hendrick nearly picked that one off. Barnstormers caught a break. That might have been 6.
Well, he made a great break on the ball and read the route perfectly, just couldn't catch the football.
A Barnstormers offense near the top of the league in most categories. Third in the IFL at 48 points tonight. And one of the best third down teams in the league. In fact, the best, converting 62% nearly of their third downs. They've got a 3rd and 9. Neal's got plenty of time. Home run ball. Off target for Carrington Thompson Sr. And the Bucks make an early stand to force a 4th down, and decision time here for the Barnstormers. They'll bring out the kicking group.
That would have sure taken a perfect pass to complete that one. That was really good coverage by the Bucks.
So Nathan Criswell will come out. See what kind of leg he has. May just elect to play this as more of a punt. Neal, the starting quarterback, in there as the holder. Hendrick takes it out of the end zone. Hendrick's got speed. He's got moves. A spin and a stiff arm gets him past midfield. Good return by Zarel Hendrick, and great starting field position for Bismarck.
Really nice run and a great job by the Bucks to set up a return. They got a lot of great blocking there right as he got the ball and gave him a chance, gave him a seam, and great field position.
So after the Storm scored on their first 8 possessions of the game last week, Bucks didn't get a stop until the 4th quarter. They start the game with a stop, and now the offense gets a turn to do something they never did last week. Go ahead early. From the Iowa 24, Couillet in an empty set. Good hard count. A free play. And in and out of the hands of Harvey, but flags fly.
Well, last week, the early penalties hurt the Bucks. So this is great. It's going to go the other way. That's a super start.
1st down.
To take those yards and get her going on 1st down again. 1st and short now.
Illegal defense on Iowa. It'll be 1st down and 5 from the 19. A Bucks offense smack dab in the middle in the IFL. A little over 41 points a game. Coming off a 28-point outing against Sioux Falls. Offense wasn't bad. Turnovers were an issue, though. Turned it over twice in that one. 1st and 5, handoff to Rankin. He finds a seam, and he finds the end zone just like that. Bucks strike first.
Well, we talked about the coach. There's a coach's dream right here. A great start after a tough week last week. This is exactly what the doctor ordered to get things going.
How about that for an early thrill?
I think they must have seen something in the initial alignment from Iowa, and they blocked it perfectly, and off he went.
Barber sets up for the extra point. Up and through the upright. Justin Rankin runs in his 6th touchdown of the season on the Bucks' first official play from scrimmage. They go up 7-0.
It's that time of year when you'll save hundreds, even thousands on America's best-selling brands during Mattress Firm's semi-annual clearance sale. While supplies last, save up to 80% on name brand model closeouts like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and even Stearns & Foster. And with 0 interest financing for up to 5 years, buy America's most recommended bed, Tempur-Pedic, for just $31 a month and get $300 in bonus cash. But hurry, these clearance models won't last long. Shop Mattress Firm's semi-annual clearance sale going on now.
There are many gaming choices across the region, but why play games that don't reward you? Instead, join the Night Club, the Players Club at Prairie Nights Casino and Resort. When you use the Night Club card, you earn rewards like free slot play, comps, entries into big giveaways, great discounts, special offers, and more. And right now, you can get in on new member and referral bonuses. Like rewards? Join the club. The Night Club, only at Prairie Nights Casino and Resort. Feel lucky tonight.
Today's game on Beck brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance, Dakota Community Bank, West Dakota Chevy, Bell Bank, BSF, and Beck. Trouble on the kickoff. And Iowa lucky to get a hold of that one. Elad Kavalu, normally one of the more dangerous return men in the league, had some trouble receiving that one. And for the second straight drive, Iowa will start inside their own 5-yard line.
Well, they got the big hop that they hope for on the kickoff. When you kick the line drive and it bounces around, it just buys time, and that ball ends up in the back of the end zone.
First down and 10, beg your pardon, from the 4. Neal hands it off, and Owens is smothered. Nate Paxton there at the point of attack.
Well, it sure appears that the fire is there today with this kind of a start on both offense and defense, with that penetration on defense.
Head coach Rod Miller didn't mince words, called out his team's effort this past week. So far, they've answered the bell. Now backed up on the 1. Laundry before the play.
Ball start, offense, number 62. Half the distance to the goal, and second down.
DJ Loving is the guilty party. And in a spot where it's nearly physically impossible to move back any further, they'll take a few small steps for humans, even small steps for ants to get inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, you don't get any deeper in your own territory than this for Iowa.
Second down and 14 from inside the 1. Neal escapes the end zone, and it takes a whole swarm of Bucks to bring him down.
Well, you know, that word swarm is what I'm sure the coach asked for on defense, and that's just effort. You know, you can control some things in football, but the big thing you can control is your effort, and he's gotten that out of his, especially his defensive guys. They've made a couple of tackles with 6-7 guys on the tackle.
Daquan Neal, the reigning IFL MVP, had a brilliant game 2 weeks ago. Last time these two met in Iowa, 49-42 Barnstormers win. Went for a season-high 4 passing touchdowns, ran in another. But the Bucks defense has been on them early. 3rd and 11. Neal's got time. Aims an arrow towards the sideline and hauled in past the chains by Connor Hollenbeck. Big first down for the Barnstormers.
Yeah, they ran a wonderful crossing route over there, and that created some room with the Bucks DVs backed off a little bit and gave enough room to sneak that one in there.
A 13-yard pickup for Hollenbeck. He had a big game when the last time these two hooked up, 2 scores. Bell off to Owens again, and he's just tripped up by Harvey and Godot.
Well, the big thing now is, you know, the thrill of the game is gone here, the start of the game, I should say. Now, can the Bucks maintain that intensity that the coach has been asking for to see if they can get another stop here?
Bismarck 3-3, trying to avoid a 3rd straight loss. Iowa 3-1, gunning for a 3rd straight win. High snap, Neal off to Owens again. And he gallops out just short of the marker. Ben Moa there for the stop.
Well, it looks like they, and in the past they've run some great play action. It looks like they'd love to establish the run here to get the defense conscious of that and then run some play action off of that, which is probably what's coming here somewhere down the road. Maybe not in this down, but we'll see.
3rd and 2. Right at midfield for the Barnstormers. Neal able to handle a high snap. He's in trouble. Oh, and he had an open man. He just somehow got it away for Thompson. Was a little behind him, but a heads-up play.
Well, that's even where Neal is dangerous there. Even on a bad snap, he gets up there, he buys some time. He almost made a big play. But this is going to be one of those critical plays early in the game here that would really be to the Bucks' advantage to rise up here.
So it'll be 4th down and 2. Bismarck, who gave up touchdowns on every drive up until the 4th quarter last week, trying to get 2 consecutive stops to start the game. Neal lobs down the sideline, and the Bucks get it back.
Well, he tried to run a fade route where you're trying to throw the ball high and outside to the receiver there, but he had a little too high and outside, and he threw it into the crowd over there. So that was a great stop for the Bucks. That's a great deal.
Bucks get the ball back. We'll take our first media timeout. 6:08 to go in the first. Bucks up 7-0.
We look forward to serving you here at your local community bank.
Every day we rise, bend, twist, walk, run, doing the things we love. They are simple until they are not. If pain is holding you back from simple tasks like work, playing sports, or spending time with loved ones, West River can help you get the pain relief you need to enjoy the things you love. Take the step to a happier, healthier life by calling us today, or go online to westriverchiro.com. West River Chiropractic. Family, wellness, athletics. We are proud to be the official team chiropractor of the Bismarck Bucks.
BetConnect, the official communications provider of the Bismarck Bucks. BetConnect, the official replay sponsor of the Bismarck Bucks.
Today's game on Beck is brought to you by Dakota Community Bank, Shields, Prairie Knights Casino, Stone Home Brewing Company, and West River Chiropractic. With the Hall of Famer Roger Thomas, David Sugarman on hand. What's been a good opening 8 minutes and change for Bismarck. 2 stops defensively, and they come out for their second drive after scoring on their first drive. It was a 19-yard Rankin run. Couillette hammered as he goes deep. And too high for Mike Kerrigan.
Well, they blitzed, and he got in there, and that really, he had a chance to throw a ball there with a guy that might have been open, but the quarterback sure took a shot there, and we got a flag on the field.
It was a big hit from Tony Jones. Let's get the call. So the flag is picked up, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Couldn't have been a better start for Bismarck on that first drive. An illegal defense penalty on Iowa on the first play, and on the very next one, Justin Rankin scurried in from 19 yards out. And when this offense has been balanced, it's when they've been at their best. That was Justin Rankin's 6th rushing touchdown of the season. And Glenn Couillette's been efficient. 19 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions so far on the year. Couillette, quick out to Harvey. And he gets near the sticks. Wrapped up by Tyrone Cromwell.
That's a good route. They can just go back to business. Getting those completions. I think that's something that Bismarck is certainly going to strive toward, to get that consistency of play after play so they can hang in. Boy, a touchdown here to get up 14-0 after all the discussion about last week would be a terrific thing for these guys. Just a great start. They can knock one in here.
It'll be 3rd down and 1 for Bismarck. Rankin set up behind Couillette. Prescribes the pillow. Rankin, he shimmies away from a couple Barnstormers. Make it 2 for Rankin here in the first quarter.
How sweet was that? What a great run. Missed tackles. You know, it looks like the intensity today is on the Bismarck side of the ball to see if they can maintain that against a good football team here.
No complaints so far. Justin Rankin, a man on a mission in this first quarter. Cody Barber can make it a 14-point game.
A great start.
Barber knocks it through. It's a 2-touchdown lead. Everything going Bismarck's way here through the first 11 minutes.
Since 1908, H.A. Thompson & Sons has helped thousands of buildings run comfortably through the hottest and coldest weather in North Dakota.
Now, our guaranteed maintenance agreements for heating and cooling systems keep your equipment running efficiently, reducing costs, and providing consistent comfort. Preventive maintenance doesn't cost, it actually saves. And we'll show you how to save money and improve your comfort.
Working together, we'll find ways to help your building and budget with our custom maintenance plans.
Call us today, H.A. Thompson & Sons.
First time he went left, this time Justin Rankin, a little zigzagging, but he ends up on the right side of the end zone for his second touchdown of the first quarter. Bismarck on top, 14-0. With Roger Thomas, David Sugarman on hand here in the Bismarck Event Center for the Bucks and the Barnstormers. Coach, we talked about the importance of Bismarck coming out with an extra fire, extra intensity today. They certainly have. Now the question is, how do you make sure that you don't fall off and you sustain that here through 4 quarters?
Well, the great teams can do that, and that's what Bismarck is hoping to develop into, where they can play that kind of consistent football throughout the game. Play through the low spots, hang in there when things don't go right, and play at a high level all the way through the game. So that's the challenge of today. The coach, I'm sure, has challenged him to get that good start. Well, he's got that. Now got to see what's going to happen here and how do you maintain that.
2 weeks ago, Iowa hung 49 points on the Bucks. MVP DeQuan Neal had one of his best games of the season. Still a long ways to go, but the Bucks defense has shut the Barnstormers down so far. 2 drives, 2 stops. Neal just 1 for 5 for 13 yards. What's the Bucks defense done well?
Well, they've covered well. A couple of the long balls have not been completed, which would have been home runs for Iowa. They've done that, and and Iowa's helped them a little bit. The bad snap plays, those types of things, a couple penalties. So to beat a good team like this, you got to play at the top of your game, which I think Bismarck is right now, and you hope for a little cooperation from the other team of not playing well.
Barber squibs it, and it's picked up off the bounce at the 10 and hammered by Stokes. David Haney felt the hurt on that one.
A little bit more of that intensity right there. Great hit.
Despite the big hit, this is the best starting field position so far today for Iowa. We get a look at third-year head coach Rod Miller. Celebrated his 51st birthday this past Thursday. So far, the Bucks have delivered with a solid gift. Question of a good gift, though, is not that if you use it that day or the day after. Is the kid still using the toy a few months from now? Let's see how the Bucks look in the fourth. First down and 10 across the middle. Physical coverage from Carter. They were looking for Kentrez Bell.
Boy, that was a great play. Perfect timing, or, I mean, I'm sure I was screaming the other way, but give him credit with a great defensive effort. Get a hand in there.
Barnstormers led by first-year head coach Les Moss, longtime Arena Football League coach. Stops with the Jacksonville Sharks, Albany Empires, started with the Chicago Bruisers for coming here to Iowa. Across the way for Thompson Sr., wide receiver gets a big carry, and a short gain will bring up third down.
Well, I'll say it again. If you watch the number of Bucks that are getting to the football on almost every tackle, particularly on the running plays, they are giving that kind of effort. You see even guys from the backside of the defense coming across the field and getting in on the play, and that's the kind of effort you need. And they're going to need this for 4 quarters if they expect to beat a good team like this.
Feels like the Bucks are playing with an extra chip on their shoulder today, Coach.
It sure does.
3rd and 8. Neal, high snap, he's in trouble. Keith in pursuit, takes Neal with him. Bucks have the football. They're still going. Some players are celebrating. Some players are still fighting for it. Looked like Ben Moa had it at first. And it's Darion Jackson who comes out of the scrum with it. Second bad snap, Barnstormers pay the price.
Well, this is a scrum for sure, and the ball is loose. He got it. He's getting spun around, and he's still on his feet, trying to run it in. But look at the field position, the 4-yard line. Wow.
So it'll be 1st down and goal from the 4 after getting down 14-0 and later 35-14 a week ago at home. The Bucks with a golden opportunity to go up 21-0 here at the tail end of the 1st. The first 2 drives have both ended in Rankin touchdowns. He's in an empty backfield right now by himself. Instead, they go across the way, jet sweep for Stokes, and he bursts into the end zone.
Great misdirection. Misdirection. You looked at a couple of the Iowa guys, kind of lost track of where the football was if you watch the replay of the game. And I'm sure they had a little bit of Rankin in the back of their mind, but the misdirection fooled them, plus it was blocked very well.
Stokes, who's tied for 2nd in the league in receiving touchdowns, picks up his first rushing touchdown of the year. And Barber makes it 20, keeps it at 20-0. Beg your pardon, extra point no good, but nonetheless, great start here for Bismarck. 38 seconds to go in the 1st. The first 2 drives ended with touchdowns courtesy of Justin Rankin. JT Stokes getting in on the action, and it is all Bucks here in the 1st quarter. They lead 20-0, 38 ticks to go. With Roger Thomas, David Trigman on hand with the rest of our wonderful Beck Sports crew here in Bismarck. And talk about a bounce-back effort. Still 3 quarters and change to go, but this is exactly the effort Rod Miller was hoping to stoke out of his team after a lethargic effort last week in a 36-point loss to Sioux Falls. Cavallu bounces by him. He's got to get out of the end zone. A chance for a rouge, and Harvey just gets to Cavallu. That could have been the Bucks' first rouge of the season. Cavallu with some good speed at the end of this one.
Wow, how close.
That close.
Well, just another play where the Iowas are just struggling to make positive plays with the bounce of the ball there, and then you're trapped back there. Man, it's just kind of like one of those days for them right now, which is all to the Bucks' advantage.
Head coach Les Moss talking to his MVP quarterback right now, trying to figure things out. This is the 4th Barnstormer drive, the 3rd that started inside their own 5-yard line. Handoff to Cavallu, his first of the game.
Well, I don't know if that's a sign for the future, but the quarterback went under center here. So they got the direct snap as opposed to the shotgun snap, which they've had a little problem with today. So
that puts a bow on the first quarter. All Bismarck right now, 20-0 as we head to the second.
Prairie Knights has opened all slot machines for use, and Blackjack is back as well. So come on out, enjoy all your favorite games, and rest assured social distancing protocols are still in place. And right now, get in on the $110,000 Summer Cruisers giveaway. Win cash, comps, and free slot play prizes on Sundays, or one of our grand prizes, a Can-Am Spider or Ranger pontoon. Get here for the Summer Cruisers giveaway. It's one of the biggest giveaways of the year. Feel lucky tonight.
Our family had problems with hydration, fatigue, and cramping that no product on the market could solve. We knew there had to be a solution, which led us to inventing Cramp Aid. Our elite athletes have reported up to an 80% reduction in water loss when using Cramp Aid compared to other sports drinks. Nature didn't make water colored, so neither does Cramp Aid. Our products contain all natural flavors and are dye-free. Cramp Aid helps your water take you further.
Pluton Property Management, the official game ball sponsor of the Bucks. Cricket Wireless, the official smile cam of the Bismarck Bucks.
Today's game on Beck brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance, Dakota Community Bank, West Dakota Chevy, Bell Bank, BSF, and Beck. Coach, me and you are up next.
Okay.
You still got it?
I'd have my chin scraped at the 10.
Start of the second quarter alongside UND Hall of Fame head coach Roger Thomas, David Sugarman here for Beck Sports. First quarter went to Bismarck easily, 20-0. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. Iowa stopped at every turn. Couple bad snaps, including one that led to a turnover. Bismarck capitalized, and now they'll have second down coming from their own 6-yard line. Third drive already of this first half that Iowa is starting inside, that they started rather, inside their own 5. From the 6. And a flag on the very first play.
Ball start. Offense number 67. After business to the goal. It's second down.
Stephen Rousey, the Chicago Heights, Illinois product, the guilty party. And the Barnstormers will move it back again. If you're Iowa, how do you get some kind of momentum going offensively right now?
I'm just thinking, this is a time when your tradition, your strength, your veteran players are saying, okay, enough of this. Let's rally the troops here a little bit and see what kind of leadership do they have and can they come back? Because this is a good team and they're just not getting her done.
More trouble with the snap, but Neal breaks through and carrying the pile out to nearly the 20-yard line.
So that's kind of what it's going to take, some positive plays, and the guys getting in that huddle for Iowa, hanging together and saying, okay, you guys, we've done this before, let's get her going. And I think just to see if that happens to them, because this is a team with a winning record, a lot of tradition, see if they can pull it together and forget about what's happened so far in this game to them.
A Barnstormers offense that's been off its game the last couple of weeks. 33 points last week, but that included a pick 6. And struggling so far today, a team that scores 48 a night. Up the middle for Cavallo, and Ben Moa there for the stop. One of the newest additions to the Bucks, and he's a force on the defensive line.
He's made a number of plays on the running game, and he's gotten a lot of help from his friends. So I think if the Bucks can keep hanging in there against the run and be firm and run to the football, that will sure help them and force them to go up top.
6'4", 320 pounds, playing just his second game with Bismarck after starting the season with Northern Arizona. Second down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup. Neal for Thompson, who comes streaking out to past the 25-yard line. Godot in on the stop.
Well, that can sure be an effective play when you bring the wide receiver around and run a little option look and pitch to him with running full speed.
And the official,
somebody down.
The official just called for a stoppage
we have an injured player. It's Nate Paxton who is slow to get up, but good to see him pop right back up. And he's gingerly walking over with the Bucks training staff right now back to the sideline. Paxton, a Georgia State product, goes out. And the Barnstormers will try and convert a third down here. Key 3rd and 3 for Iowa. Neal keeps it himself, one-on-one. And right at the chains, great one-on-one tackle by Carter, and Harvey came in with the assist.
That was great discipline by Carter to stay home on the backside and look for something like that, especially with the threat of Neal, because of how good Neal is when he pulls the ball out on a play like that. That's just defensive discipline right there.
Neal, one of the most dynamic threats in this league. 14 passing touchdowns, 7 rushing. But it'll be 4th down and 1. Neal off his back foot for Hollenbeck. And the Barnstormers get in the end zone for the first time today. Life for Iowa.
The signal is touchdown. A great back shoulder throw. Become kind of famous in football now, where you're not throwing it up over the top of the defender because he's in great position. And then there's a little discussion here whether somebody pushed off on somebody or not, but it was a great back shoulder throw.
Hollenbeck with his 3rd touchdown grab of the season just against Bismarck. And we've got to stop here.
Bismarck is challenged early on the field and continued pass for a touchdown. Previous play is under review.
So head coach Rod Miller will throw out the challenge flag to see if he can get the touchdown taken off the board. Ball did pop out at the end. Be interested to see if Hollenbeck had a hold of it through the catch or not.
Well, he reached in there, and I don't know if they would consider the play over, that he caught it. He's on his back in the end zone, and then the ball comes out late. So it'll be a bit of a debate here as they look it over.
If the call stands, it'll be 20-6, potentially 7. Take another look here. First of all, great throw by Neal, but what do you see here on the catch, Coach?
Well, it looks like he catches it and he's down just across the goal line, and then the DB reaches in there with his hand kind of underneath his arm and rips it out late, but it looks to me as if the play is over. But I think because you see the ball go flying at the end, I think the Bucks want to say, hey, let's take another look just to be absolutely certain. It looks like he's in, though.
It was Zarel Hendrick in on the coverage, and from that angle, certainly seems like a tough play to overturn. A great job by Hollenbeck, just holding on to that football.
That's a great catch on the other side of the coin. That's a great catch going down, almost against the wall. That's a great catch.
If it stands, it'll be Hollenbeck's 5th touchdown of the season.
After review, receiver maintained control of the ball to the ground. Secondary act took the ball out by the defender. The rule on the field is confirmed. It's a touchdown.
Call stands, and the Barnstormers get on the board. Took over a quarter, and then 3 minutes and change, but Iowa gets in the end zone. Nathan Criswell out for the extra point. Criswell up and puts it through. Iowa gets into the end zone for the first time today, but the Bucks still in control, 20-7.
What I enjoy most about working with ID is the team that we've built. I love the people that I work with. We spend a lot of time in this building, so the people in this building have become my family. We hang out at work, we hang out outside of work, and it's a great family atmosphere here, and that's what I enjoy the most. If you're not doing something that you enjoy doing, then don't do it at all.
DeQuan Neal under pressure, no problem. Finds one of his favorite targets, big Connor Hollenbeck. And the 6'6", 225 receiver catches his 5th touchdown of the year, and Iowa gets on to the board. Still 20-7, Bismarck on top. Coach, last time these two teams hooked up, there was a lot of onside kicks, 3, including one late to seal the game for Iowa. Do you suspect Iowa will do anything tricky here, especially as they've been struggling to produce consistent offense?
Well, I've noticed, and I almost said something earlier in the game the other way around, when the Bucks were kicking off, Iowa isn't putting anybody in front of the ball. They created a kind of a large gap of their front linemen. Now, I see the Bucks lining up now, and it looks like they've got guys fairly close to being straight across from the kicker with the ball. So there's a potential for one of those guys to get nailed with a line drive. But I know Iowa's kind of spread out a little more than this.
Criswell puts that conversation to bed for now. Hendrick follows his blocks and twists out to about the 24-yard line, and the Bismarck offense, which was on a roll in that first quarter, comes back out onto the field.
Well, Bismarck got a nice bounce, where some of the bounces for Iowa have not been so nice on the kickoffs, where the Bismarck player could field it and get upfield and they get some blocking, and they got a nice return. They're in great shape for field position. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. What's impressed you about the Bismarck offense so far, Coach? Just the consistency. You know, mix of plays, a little misdirection. The Rankin is running like crazy. He makes yards on his own sometimes, but they've just kind of got that confident consistency going. So I hope they can keep that up and knock one in here again. Rankin 2 carries for 40 yards, both of them touchdowns. This time Couillette, home run ball, and just in and out of the hands of Kerrigan. That's a very good throw. The DB was there. That was really a tough catch, though, because he was right in the corner by the wall. Good coverage by David Haney. This is a young secondary for Iowa, a group that head coach Les Moss is really high on, especially Tyrone Cromwell, calls him the quarterback of the defense, had a pick 6 a week ago. Bucks haven't thrown the ball much today. Just Couillette, just 1 for 3 for 9 yards. On 2nd and 10, Couillette, deep ball again. Stokes got it taken away by the wall. Upset with himself. He's become known for those grabs here in these parts. Wow, that was almost a great one. It's just that, you know, that ball is a yard shorter. He's got a chance to possess it before he collisions the wall. So it's kind of interesting here with Rankin running the ball that the Bucks have decided to go up top on some long ones. So that's just a matter of trying to keep Iowa honest, or because you've established the ground trying to open up the pass? That's a good question. I think it's. I was hoping you had the answer. I wish I did. But it's also just the trying to keep them off balance, but yet you got to knock out a first down here too. 3rd down and long. 3rd straight pass for Couillette. Sails high on Harvey and everybody else, and now it'll be 4th down and 10. I think that play did not work because there was some real physical play by the Iowa secondary that kind of knocked them off the route. That really made it hard for the quarterback to anticipate where to throw the ball, and then it got late and he just kind of threw it away over here almost. So now it's Cody Barber out there. His long on the year is 39. This would be about a 35-yarder. Barber's got the leg off the mark. Barber can't get it to go, and Iowa picks up their first stop of the game. A big one for the Barnstormers. Well, you know, this is kind of like, whoops. Okay. This is a little bit like a heavyweight fight where Iowa took some shots early and got off the ropes and is coming back. So
8:36 to go. We'll keep things right here. We know this game can change in the blink of an eye, Coach. 8:36 to go for Iowa in this first half. You're coming off your first stop. You're coming off your first score. What's the key for Bismarck to not let this momentum snowball for the Barnstormers right now?
Well, obviously here on defense, they got to keep swarming. If the Barnstormers run the ball, they got to get everybody and their dog to the football to hold them down and not let them get some of the big play, which in this game, the big play can turn it around, like you said, in just a heartbeat. So
Bismarck 20, Iowa 7 right now. Bismarck trying to avoid their third straight loss. Iowa going for their third straight win. This is a team led by head coach Les Moss, who is only joined the team 3 weeks before training camp. Coach, you've coached a lot of different groups. How difficult is it to come in with a brand new team, a brand new franchise at this level, and try and get acclimated to your surroundings that quickly?
that I would put in the category of very difficult. That would be really, really tough to know the players, know their names, and besides that, install an offense and a defense and everything. But Iowa seems to be kind of regaining their footing here a little bit, and see if Bismarck can rise up. A big stop here would be great for Bismarck to keep their confidence level up and to keep Iowa at bay here.
Started the game with 3 consecutive stops. Iowa answered with a touchdown pass from Neal to Hollenbeck on the last drive. First down and 10 from the 5. Owens, good patience before gang tackling from the Bucks, and we've seen a heavy dose of Evan Owens today. Just 12 carries on the season coming in. That was his 5th tote of the day.
Well, good run by, good power by him, but again, I'll say the Bucks, every single guy was over there, and I think that's probably what they preached this week, to play good defense. We got to swarm.
Takes a big group of guys to bring down Owens, of the Thunder and Lightning duo that Les Moss likes to call his running backs. He's the Thunder, 6'1", 225. He bangs off a couple more Bucks, but again, Harvey there for the stop. Trey Harvey, who missed the last game against Iowa for personal reasons. He tackles like it's personal.
Yeah, he takes, when the guy's running with the ball, he takes that personally. Right. But Bismarck has done a nice job for the most part against the running game. And I think, obviously, Iowa's going to have to probably go to the air to get a first down here, I think.
3rd and 7. Neal, just 2 for 6 so far today. In trouble. He's going to make a run for it. He's got a lot of room. Across the way, Neal. And he's finally taken down inside the 10. Daquan Neal skips to my Lou inside the 10-yard line.
Well, they got a, Bismarck had him. If you watch the replay there, they had a free rusher to get him, but he's an elusive guy, and if you don't break down and get a hold of him, he's gone. And he went in there, he went flying right by the defender.
A 36-yard pickup for Neal. It held him in check prior to that. Now it's 1st and goal from the 8. Give for Owens, and Godot there for the stop. And the tackling by Bismarck has been phenomenal today, after Sioux Falls just seemed to bounce off Bismarck all night last week. They've done a good job, whether it be one-on-one or gang tackling, of wrapping up these Barnstormers.
That was really a great play there. And he took the worst of it. That's a big old back to get off his feet, I'll tell you what. So
6'1", 225 Owens versus the 5'9", 170 slight frame of Godot.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 5. Owens again, and it's Godot again. 5'9", 170 with the hammer.
Just a great play, great defensive penetration. And again, two guys to the football. That's what they're looking for. That's just excellent defense. Just excellent.
So it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 6 coming up on the 5-minute mark of this second quarter. It's been dominated by Bismarck, but Iowa with a chance to cut it to a 1-possession game. Lots of movement before the snap. The Bismarck body language feels good about
Full
this
start.
one.
Offense, number 1. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So don't see that a lot. A false start on the wide receiver. Carrington Thompson Sr. will move him back. So it'll go 3rd and goal from the 6 to the 11. Huge opportunity for Bismarck on 3rd and goal from the 11 to get another stop. An Iowa team that averages almost 50 a night, just 7 so far. Neal, all day to throw, end zone.
Nice D.
In and out of the hands of Thompson. A flag came out before the throw.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 15. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
Well, that's a tough penalty because it's a 1st down. They're kind of back where they were with now it's only 1st down though.
It'll be tagged to Devon Keith. And so instead of 4th down and goal from the 11, it's 1st and goal from the 6. So trading penalties down near the goal line. First it was Iowa moving themselves back, and then Bismarck helping them out. Neal with the toss to Owens, follows his blocks and bounces his way in for 6.
That was very well executed by Iowa. They put all the receivers over on the short side over here, and they all got contact with those Bismarck defensive backs and kind of blocked them all near the goal line. So that really gave them a chance to just pile up in there. They put everybody over here.
Owens, who'd been bottled up all day, hadn't had a run more than 5 yards, gets in for a 6-yard touchdown. And like said, Coach, that felt like it was all blocking from the offensive line.
Well, he didn't get any resistance till about the goal line. They did a great job of knocking him out of there, knocking Bismarck out of there.
Owens' 3rd touchdown of the season. The UNLV product getting in to the end zone for the 1st time today. And they fake the extra point. Daquan Neal, the holder. No signal yet. He's in for 2. That's the advantage of having the IFL MVP as your holder. Daquan Neal shows off the wheels, and the once 20-point Bismarck lead is down to 5.
When no one else is around. Champions get to work. They never rest. Never settle.
Hey, chill.
Evan Owens in the end zone for the 3rd time this season. 15 unanswered from Iowa to cut this to a 5-point lead. With head coach Roger Thomas, David Sugarman here for Beck. Coach, 1st quarter, 20-0 Bismarck. 2nd quarter with 3:09 to go, 15-0 Iowa. This is a game of runs, isn't it?
Boy, it is. And now the ball's in Iowa's court right now. And what can Bismarck do offensively? Remember back to the last series for Bismarck, they threw the long passes that were incomplete, and they didn't get much going offensively. So can they do it now? Will they go back to get Rankin running again and try and get some possession going here?
Nathan Criswell set to kick off. One of the best onsides men in the league. Had an onside kick late in the fourth quarter of last match between the Bucks and Iowa to seal it. Trouble in the end zone for Kerrigan. Runs into his own man. Now he just might run into the end zone. What started as disaster ends up as a party in the end zone for Kerrigan.
You know, that play is a great run, but you know, it reminds me of the great run by the quarterback a while ago. You got guys flying at him, and you're almost going too fast. You can't slow down and grab him, and he wiggles through and he's gone. So they've each traded long ones like that, where the tacklers did not break down and get a hold of him. He's just too elusive.
The first kickoff return for a score this year for Bismarck. Will they run? Will they pass? You're wrong. They will do neither. Barber comes out after missing his last extra point, makes up for it. 27-15, Bismarck goes back up by a dozen.
What I enjoy most about working with ID is the team that we've built. I love the people that I work with. We spend a lot of time in this building, so the people in this building have become my family. We hang out at work, we hang out outside of work, and it's a great family atmosphere here, and that's what I enjoy the most. If you're not doing something that you enjoy doing, then don't do it at all.
Back the other way a little bit. Watch these guys. Watch how fast these guys are coming here. Right in here. Watch this right here. You know what I mean?
Mike Kerrigan with a big-time return. What started as nearly disastrous ends up in jubilation. And Bismarck with their first score of the second quarter, and a much-needed one after 15 unanswered from Iowa. A big answer from Bismarck, and they've got a 27-15 edge. 2:15 to go in this first half. Bismarck will kick it back off. Elad Kavalu and David Haney back to return. A high bounce, Kavalu picks it up just outside the 5. And Keith tosses him to the turf, just short of the 20. Reminder that today's game on Beck is brought to you by Veracity Motors, H.A. Thompson & Sons, Hoo-Hot, Rough Rider Center, and New Leaf Hospitality. 2:11 to go here in the first half. Iowa down by a dozen, but they found their spark offensively. What does Bismarck need to do to get back to some of that success they saw in the first?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised with 2 minutes here. Iowa wants that score, excuse me, before half. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see another long one here pretty quick out of them.
Neal, the quarterback, was the catalyst the last drive, had a 36-yard touchdown run. No luck this time as he hands off for Evan Owens. Malik Duncan there in the backfield.
Just impressed with Bismarck's penetration and their physicality at the line of scrimmage. They've been doing it the whole game. So that is really a plus for them right now. They just got to prevent the big play here before half. They throw one up on them.
Neal's only completed 2 passes, a 13-yard completion and a 25-yard touchdown, both of them to Hollenbeck. He's on the bottom of your screen. Neal steps up. He's in trouble. Wants it all. And Hendrick nearly ended up running into frame to pick that off. They were looking for Kentrez Bell.
That was really good coverage when the ball's in the air that long. Gives the other DBs a chance to react and get over there. They ended with 2 men near the football.
1 minute warning. Bucks up by a dozen. Iowa trying to end the first half on a high note.
It's that time of year when you'll save hundreds, even thousands on America's best-selling brands during Mattress Firm's semi-annual clearance sale. While supplies last, save up to 80% on name brand model closeouts like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and even Stearns & Foster. And with zero interest financing for up to 5 years, buy America's most recommended bed, Tempur-Pedic, for just $31 a month and get $300 in bonus cash. But hurry, these clearance models won't last long. Shop Mattress Firm's semi-annual clearance sale going on now.
Cluton Properties, the official housing sponsor of the Bismarck Bucks. ID Chrysler, the official touchdown sponsor of the game.
Bucks up by a dozen. It's 3rd and 14 for Iowa. It would be a massive stop for Bismarck, who will also get the ball coming out of the halftime locker room. 1 minute exactly to go here in the first half. Reigning IFL MVP Daquan Neal has been held in check. Just 2 completions, has only gotten loose for 1 big run, has 1 passing touchdown after a season-high 4 a couple of weeks ago in the 49-42 win over Bismarck back in Des Moines. However, can Bismarck finish strong? They've led by as many as 20 in this first half. Good protection for Neal. Too far outside for Hollenbeck. More good coverage by Keith.
It was. They ran the wheel route where you run the receivers up the field and then you wheel a guy around behind them to the outside. That was Hollenbeck going up the side there, but Bismarck read it and he ran right with him.
Talk about the talent of Devon Keith. What do you do when your 6'2", 245-pound defensive lineman can co-cover a wide receiver?
I don't know where those guys come from. Where do they find those guys? I'm not sure.
Not where I live. I promise you there were none.
Right. That is a great athlete, yeah.
So now 57 seconds to go, and head coach Les Moss is waving the challenge flag right now. Not sure what potentially about.
Well, I think he might have thought that the guy I mentioned that's wheeling in behind the wide receivers that the ball was intended for, that he was. Sorry.
So that's what Moss will take out the challenge flag for, and we'll go take a second look at it. So big potential call. Iowa trying to end the half on a high note, and Les Moss doing everything he can to help out his offense. An offense that had no points through the first quarter, been better in the second here. But if the call stands, it'll be 4th down and 14. Reminder that today's game on Beck brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance, Dakota Community Bank, West Dakota Chevy, and Bell Bank. Coach, what do you see here?
Well, they're going to claim that their claim on the replay here is interference, and the ball is thrown behind him, as you can see there. And did the question of the day is there a defensive back interfering with him, or is the ball just too wide for him to catch it?
And it seems, at least from this angle, as far as interference goes, Keith is not turned around to the ball. However, he doesn't really make contact with Hollenbeck until the ball's already incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like the ball bounces off Hollenbeck's hands first, and then there's contact after. We'll see if that's how they rule it. But that's always been a very effective pass route, as I mentioned here just a minute ago. They've run the defensive backs out of there, and they're trying to attack the underneath guy by swinging a receiver around up the sideline.
Second challenge of the day. First came from Bismarck on the first Iowa touchdown. Rod Miller lost that one. See if Les Moss has any better luck. Trying to give his offense a little bit of life right now. Barnstormers team that's 3-1 on the year. Looking to make it 3 straight wins.
The ruling on the field stands. The ball was outside of the field before it was touched. It's 4th down.
So the call will stand, and it'll be 4th down and very long for Iowa.
Well, it is what we thought. They must have seen that the ball bounced off the receiver first before there was contact.
So Nathan Criswell, the kicker, will come out. Last time Criswell was out there was for an extra point, and they faked it to go for 2, and it worked. Don't know if they'll be quite as risky on a deep field goal. Hendrick is in the back of the end zone for the potential return. Criswell gives it all he's got. No good. The kick is no good from Criswell, wide left, and Bismarck will get the ball back with 51 seconds, all 3 of their timeouts, and a golden opportunity to make it a 3-score game.
Mattress Firm, the official timeout sponsor of the Bismarck Bucks. Sleep Number, your official sleep partner of the Bismarck Bucks.
Coach, all 3 timeouts, 51 seconds. The offense has not scored in this second quarter. What do you want this offense to look like here over the last minute?
Well, you have the whole playbook because you have all your timeouts, and you've got quite a bit of time here at 51 seconds, so they could really do anything they want. They can run. They could get Rankin running again. They could throw some passes and don't have to go for the deep ball at all here. Oh, there you go.
Lots of movement. It was 1st and 10 from the 5.
Well, that helps. That's some yardage with no time off the clock. That helps Bismarck a little bit.
Denzel Chukwuelu is the guilty party. And so now instead of 1st down and 10 from the 5, it'll be 1st down and 5 from the 10. Still 51 seconds and all of their timeouts. Bismarck's only score in this second quarter, a kickoff return from Mike Kerrigan. They fake the give to Rankin. Oh, and a break for Kuyet. Chukwuelu, who just had the encroachment, nearly just had 6.
Well, that is it looks like a middle. It's going to be a middle screen or a little middle pass of some nature, and the quarterback got just such pressure that he kind of panicked and threw it to the defensive guy instead of throwing it away or something.
The next time Denzel Chukwuelu asks Les Moss to play offense, I think he's going to play him that play.
That's right.
2nd and 5. Kuyet just 1 complete pass so far this first half. Option for Rankin, and he's gobbled up. Tony Jones with an excellent one-on-one tackle.
Well, now you're going to play a little bit of the timeout game. How do you want to do this? You don't want to certainly give the ball back to Iowa. So how do you want to play this when you're deep in your own end?
And
they don't seem to be in any hurry here.
The play clock and game clock are nearly identical. Bismarck could essentially run this down, and they do get the ball to start the 3rd quarter, so maybe content just to run things out. One last snap. Kuyet towards the sideline. Stokes high points it. And he's banged into the dashboards, and that's how the first half will come to a close. Kuyet for Stokes to pad the stats just a little bit. And Les Moss just threw out a challenge flag. And JT Stokes is arguing there should be still 1 second on the clock. Les Moss, who just lost the challenge moments ago, threw out another challenge flag. All that for naught. No challenge, no more seconds, and that's how the first half will come to a close. Bismarck scored the first 20 points. Iowa responded, and we've got a 12-point ball game headed in to the halftime break. Bismarck 27, Iowa 15. We'll take a short break, come back with your halftime highlights. You're watching the Bucks on Beck.
Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Aramark, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Dickinson State University, Torger Center, Stone Home Brewing Company, and West River Chiropractic. Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Action Motorsports, Bill Barth Ford, Glenn's Welding, H.A. Thompson & Sons, Taco Del Mar, and Veracity Motors.
May is National Beef Month, and what better time to explain where the different cuts of beef come from? We are in grilling season, and knowing your way around cuts of beef can be useful when choosing a cut of meat. National Beef Month is a time to thank cattlemen that work tirelessly to keep meat on our tables and keep our ag economy strong. We are proud to recognize, celebrate, and support all those hardworking men and women. A big thank you from Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Since 1908, H.A. Thompson & Sons has helped thousands of buildings run comfortably through the hottest and coldest weather in North Dakota.
Now, our guaranteed maintenance agreements for heating and cooling systems keep your equipment running efficiently, reducing costs, and providing consistent comfort. Preventive maintenance doesn't cost, it actually saves, and we'll show you how to save money and improve your comfort.
Working together, we'll find ways to help your building and budget with our custom maintenance plans.
Call us today, H.A. Thompson & Sons.
Our family had problems with hydration, fatigue, and cramping that no product on the market could solve. We knew there had to be a solution, which led us to inventing Cramp-Aid. Our elite athletes have reported up to an 80% reduction in water loss when using Cramp-Aid compared to other sports drinks. Nature didn't make water colored, so neither does Cramp-Aid. Our products contain all natural flavors and are dye-free. Cramp-Aid helps your water take you further.
Welcome back. After the first few weeks where the Bucks were juggling between two different quarterbacks, they eventually settled on Glenn Couillette. However, one thing that's been consistent from the jump is the play of the Bismarck wide receivers. J.T. Stokes, Raheem Harvey, and Mike Kerrigan are all in the top 5 in the league in receiving yards. Stokes leads the league with 273 yards and is second with 7 touchdowns. With so many options, the Bucks have been a nightmare for opposing secondaries, and the confidence comes from each wideout bringing their own set of skills to the table.
Because for each position, there's special things for us to do. So we really just had to stay focused on the game plan without the week. And some game plans are just meant for more guys to burst open than others. But we all got weapons. There's weapons everywhere, so you can't stop it. Even if the groove ain't so high, it's still kind of hard to stop us. But definitely when we all sky high, yeah, there's nobody can touch us.
We're going to be very dangerous. I can already gonna tell you. We're going to be very dangerous. Everybody works hard. Like, our offense is we're going to click. Like, everybody's going to eat. It's going to be nice.
Maybe the only man happier than that terrifying trio is their quarterback, Glenn Couillette. Couillette knows this group has a high ceiling, and they haven't even come close to reaching it.
I think very lethal, honestly. I think we don't even realize how lethal we can be just yet either. Like, we're just seeing that, glimpse of it, like, so the flashes of it in film. So I think once we start turning that page, then we can be something special.
We can't wait to see what else this offense has in store.
It's that time of year when you'll save hundreds, even thousands on America's best-selling brands during Mattress Firm's semi-annual clearance sale. While supplies last, save up to 80% on name brand model closeouts like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and even Stearns & Foster. And with zero interest financing for up to 5 years, buy America's most recommended bed, Tempur-Pedic, for just $31 a month and get $300 in bonus cash. But hurry, these clearance models won't last long. Shop Mattress Firm's semi-annual clearance sale going on now.
Halftime here at the Event Center. Bismarck 27, Iowa 15. Alongside the Hall of Fame head coach Roger Thomas, David Sugarman here for Beck Sports. And got off to a fast start tonight for Bismarck. Scored the first 20 points of the evening. It started with a strong dose of Justin Rankin, coach. Rankin with 2 touchdowns, including on the first offensive play from scrimmage after the first one was a penalty. And then Rankin on the second drive, elusive, breaking in and out of tackles, and he was able to walk in from about the 10-yard line. Rankin doing it all in that first half.
Well, I kind of thought that maybe they should have gone a little more to Rankin late in the half. They threw the ball down the field a little bit more, and Rankin was just rolling. So.
And then trouble for Iowa offensively early. A couple of high snaps. This one leading to a turnover. Darion Jackson eventually hopped on top of it. And inside the 5-yard line from the 4, a jet sweep. JT Stokes, one of the fastest guys in the league, with a burst at the 4. And then Iowa came alive offensively, coach. 15 points in that second quarter, including this dime from Neal to Hollenbeck.
That was just a great catch and throw. And then, of course, here comes a quarterback scramble, I believe. And so it was the big plays out of Iowa that got them back in the game, which they needed, because Bismarck had sure stifled their offense, particularly at the line of scrimmage. Bismarck was standing firm on the run and just made things tough for Iowa at that stage of the game.
Neal's got some speed, got some elusiveness, but he let Evan Owens handle it from here. First it was Keontae Godot with a couple of huge defensive stops, but eventually the offensive line led the way to the promised land. Owens, 10 carries for just 15 yards, but does have the touchdown, and then a little trickery. Going for 2, Daquan Neal. He's the IFL MVP for a reason. And after struggling in this second quarter, struggling to receive the kickoff, Mike Kerrigan giving Bucks fans a reason to cheer again here in the second, taking this one all the way back to the house.
Well, that was just a great play. I mean, his elusiveness is pretty special. And then the speed, of course, he just outruns everybody else. That was a great play, that was a great play to get Bismarck's mojo back.
Mike Kerrigan throwing up the deuces, and his team is up a dozen. Still a half a work to go. Last time these two met 2 weeks ago, it went down to the wire. Right now, Bucks in the driver's seat, still 2 quarters to play.
Since 1908, H.A. Thompson & Sons has helped thousands of buildings run comfortably through the hottest and coldest weather in North Dakota.
Now, our guaranteed maintenance agreements for heating and cooling systems keep your equipment running efficiently, reducing costs, and providing consistent comfort. Preventive maintenance doesn't cost, it actually saves. And we'll show you how to save money and improve your comfort.
Working together, we'll find ways to help your building and budget with our custom maintenance plans.
Call us today, H.A. Thompson & Sons.
Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Aramark, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Dickinson State University, Torgerson Auto Center, Stone Home Brewing Company, and West River Chiropractic.
There are many gaming choices across the region, but why play games that don't reward you? Instead, join the Night Club, the Players Club at Prairie Nights Casino and Resort. When you use the Night Club card, you earn rewards like free slot play, comps, entries into big giveaways, great discounts, special offers, and more. And right now, you can get in on new member and referral bonuses. Like rewards? Join the club. The Night Club, only at Prairie Nights Casino and Resort. Feel lucky tonight.
Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Action Motorsports, Bill Barth Ford, Glenn's Welding, H.A. Thompson & Sons, Taco Del Mar, and Veracity Motors.
Our family had problems with hydration, fatigue, and cramping that no product on the market could solve. We knew there had to be a solution, which led us to inventing Cramp Aid. Our elite athletes have reported up to an 80% reduction in water loss when using Cramp Aid compared to other sports drinks. Nature didn't make water colored, so neither does Cramp Aid. Our products contain all natural flavors and are dye-free. Cramp Aid helps your water take you further.
Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Who Hot Mongolian Grill, Jiffy Lube, Hawk Tree Golf Course, Moss Adams, Premier Property, and Shields.
Poem Design is your shop for specialized and meaningful home decor. Nothing makes a house a home like personalized designs that celebrate your milestones and tells your family's unique story. Check out our e-commerce site to find signs, photo prints, and much more. Let Poem's cutting-edge technology create unique products to help you add your personal touch to any space. Visit poemdesign.net to shop our catalog today.
Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Bank Communications Cooperative, Shields, Pure Country, Runnings Farm and Fleet, Taco Del Mar, Gluten Property Management.
It's that time of year when you'll save hundreds, even thousands on America's best-selling brands during Mattress Firm's semi-annual clearance sale. While supplies last, save up to 80% on name brand model closeouts like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and even Stearns & Foster. And with zero interest financing for up to 5 years, buy America's most recommended bed, Tempur-Pedic, for just $31 a month and get $300 in bonus cash. But hurry, these clearance models won't last long. Shop Mattress Firm's semi-annual clearance sale going on now.
Welcome into another session of Hurry Up Offense. This week we're talking to defensive lineman Tuni Rapati. Tuni, we're going to get to know you a little bit better with some rapid fire questions. Think you can handle that?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get walking.
Let's do it.
First things first, we got a couple of Ball State guys in the office.
Right.
Best place to eat at Ball State?
Ooh, that's a hard question. I like Yats. It's a little southern place.
Okay.
In the village by the apartments.
Okay.
It's pretty good. They serve pretty good food.
Favorite IFL city or IFL city you're looking forward to visiting the most?
Arizona, wherever we go in Arizona. Going back to the West Coast with the good weather.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate.
Best trash talker on the team?
I would say one of them is Larry O, offensive lineman.
If you weren't involved in football, what would you be doing with your life?
Right now, I'll probably be taking care of my baby. I have a son, 4 months. Probably, professional dancer. No, I'm playing.
Favorite part about playing in the IFL?
IFL, short field, man. I don't got to run too far, but it's a good game to get your reaction time up. It's it's way faster than outdoor. So yeah.
Can I get a chirp chirp for the guys in the office?
Chirp chirp, let's get it, Ball State.
You heard it here first. Chirp chirp for the Ball State guys. Noah and Mick, that one's for you. Another hurry up offense with offensive lineman Tuni Rapati. Chirp chirp. Never thought I'd be saying that as an IU guy. Thanks to Tuni for joining us. And if there's somebody you want to see specifically on Hurry Up Offense, maybe a question you want asked, feel free to let us know at Beck Sports on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. You can also hit up the Bucks on social media.
Every day we rise, bend, twist, walk, run, doing the things we love.
They are simple until they are not. If pain is holding you back from simple tasks like work, playing sports, or spending time with loved ones, West River can help you get the pain relief you need to enjoy the things you love. Take the step to a happier, healthier life by calling us today, or go online to westriverchiro.com. West River Chiropractic, family, wellness, athletics. We are proud to be the official team chiropractor of the Bismarck Bucks.
It's time for another hurry-up offense. This week, we're back to the defensive side with defensive end Lawrence Ross III. Lawrence, we're going to fire some rapid-fire questions your way. Get to know you a little bit better. That sound all right to you?
Let's do it.
Let's rock and roll. Favorite superhero?
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. That's a little bit of a deep cut. Is that Marvel, DC?
Marvel.
Marvel?
X-Men.
I like that. Okay. Oh, I do remember him now a little bit from the movies. Speaking of the movies, when they play the movie about your life, who are you going to cast to play you?
That's a good question. I would say Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi Vert, you going with the rapper. I like that. Does he act too? Or this is going to be his breakthrough role?
This is his breakthrough role.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, caramel dulce de leche, Haagen-Dazs.
You're looking at me like I know the answer. I definitely don't, but
it's like
you have a very
caramel,
specific taste.
But I would say or Wild and Reckless from Baskin Robbins. Yeah.
Most memorable football career moment?
So my junior Pee Wee year, 2005, I had a strip fumble recovery, and we wound up running the play, and that was to win the championship, Turkey Bowl championship.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Thing you like the most about playing in the IFL?
It's faster pace and it's closer to the quarterback, so it's a shorter route there.
Defensive end, Lawrence Ross III. This has been another Hurry Up Offense. Thanks, Lawrence.
Thank you.
Big thanks to Lawrence for helping us out this week, and I've got to see if I can find that ice cream flavor next time I'm at the store. That was very, very specific.
When no one else is around. Champions get to work. They never rest. Never settle.
May is National Beef Month, and what better time to explain where the different cuts of beef come from? We are in grilling season, and knowing your way around cuts of beef can be useful when choosing a cut of meat. National Beef Month is a time to thank cattlemen that work tirelessly to keep meat on our tables and keep our ag economy strong. We are proud to recognize, celebrate, and support all those hardworking men and women. A big thank you from Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Welcome back to the Farmers Union Insurance Halftime Report. A couple of first half stats for you. The rushing category dominated by Iowa. Neither team getting much going in the passing department. And overall, despite being outgained by more than 30 yards, more than 40 yards in fact, Bismarck leading by a dozen, Coach.
Well, it's been a thing of mistakes. I think the thing that really has hurt Iowa has been the mistakes, especially in the first quarter where they Bismarck was scoring and they had bad snaps and et cetera, but then they rallied back on a few big plays. In fact, most of those yards that you see on the screen there were on big plays. There's very little. There's been a couple big runs, but on either team. and a couple of passes. But other than that, it's been a slug them out in the pit a little bit. So
these two quarterbacks are a combined 4 for 16 for just 60 yards and 1 touchdown. No interceptions, but do you think that's a matter of these quarterbacks are struggling, or these defenses are doing a lot of good things to bother them?
I'm going to go more with the defense. I think if you watch the quarterbacks, they've been chased around some, you know what I mean? And they're throwing, the pocket's broken down. They're trying to buy some time, and it's pretty tough. And by that time, the receivers on a field of this size, they've run close to the wall. It's pretty hard to go. They got a lot of guys running around near the wall. It's kind of hard to throw one in there, you know. So I think it's been more of the defenses have risen up and made it a tougher deal for those quarterbacks.
Bismarck with a 12-point lead coming into the third quarter. With the UND Hall of Fame football coach Roger Thomas, David Sugarman on hand here with the rest of our wonderful Beck Sports crew. Bismarck trying to snap a 2-game losing streak, coming off an embarrassing 64-28 defeat at home to Sioux Falls last week. Iowa gunning for their 3rd straight victory and their 2nd of the year against Bismarck. Bucks came out with all the momentum to start, led 20-0 at the end of the first quarter. Iowa responded with 15 straight. Bismarck with a kick return from Mike Kerrigan, and now they'll get the football back to start this third quarter. Coach, they had all the momentum and all the juice going early. Don't know if there was a drop-off in energy, but certainly in execution in that second quarter for Bismarck. How do they get back to their bread and butter here and start the third?
Well, first of all, it's almost impossible to play with that kind of momentum the whole time. So I wonder what went on in the locker room in the halftime here to get them going and get them juiced up to start the second half. Hopefully, for Bismarck's sake, with some of that mojo from the first half.
Kerrigan's already taken one back to the house. Didn't quite get there this time, but another strong return out past midfield to the Iowa 23.
Well, that's a great start. Got some field position. You're just looking for positive plays now to build on the confidence that you gained with having such a good first half and having the lead.
Catalyst offensively in the first half for Bismarck was Justin Rankin. Just 3 carries, but for 43 yards and 2 of them for touchdowns. Coach, you wanted them to go back to him more in that second quarter.
I did. I thought that would have helped them with some possession time, keep the Iowa offense off the field, because he had such a strong first quarter.
And after a 2 for 7, 22-yard first half from Glenn Couillette, it's Richard Stametti in the ball game at quarterback. First play is a handoff for Rankin. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. So Stametti and Couillette, who battled for the job the first few weeks of the season, Couillette has been the go-to guy as the starter since the Northern Arizona game several weeks ago. But now Stametti with an opportunity. 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions so far this season. Much more of a pocket-type passer, whereas Couillette has a little bit more mobility. Drops back for his first pass over the middle. It's low, but Kerrigan able to help his quarterback out for a first down.
Good throw and catch. Found a void in the zone over the middle, and maybe the change at quarterback is because the passing statistics were so low in the first half. Maybe try and bring in the relief pitcher to see if you can get some completions and get your passing game going. That might be the case.
Stametti, who was the opening day starter, is one of the captains on this team. Still very much in a leadership role, even when he hasn't been on the field, and maybe now a chance to earn some more time. Nursing a 12-point lead, 1st and goal from the 10. Stametti for Kerrigan on the sweep. And a good run, and this is something that Bismarck likes to do an awful lot. We saw that with a touchdown earlier from Stokes. This time it's Kerrigan, the wide receiver, getting some run.
Well, he's got some great speed, and that jet sweep is in a very effective play to get around the outside with speed. And that's somebody other than Rankin carrying the ball, and all that'll do is help Rankin if they're conscious of the outside jet sweep stuff.
A 14-yard reception and now a 7-yard run on this drive for Kerrigan. 2nd and goal from the 3. Stametti hands off for Rankin. Oh, what a job of following his blockers right into the end zone.
A great run and great work up front. Yep, great work. Well, back to what we said at the beginning of the game. Bismarck wants that momentum, that confidence early in the game and now early in the second half, and hopefully that helps them to carry forward for the entire second half that they've kind of picked up where they left off in the first quarter.
Rankin, his 3rd touchdown of the game, was sprung free by a beautiful block from his center, Jamal Paxton. Cody Barber puts through the extra points. New quarterback and a brand new touchdown. Bismarck goes back up by 19, 11:29 to play in the 3rd.
There are many gaming choices across the region, but why play games that don't reward you? Instead, join the Night Club, the Players Club at Prairie Knights Casino and Resort. When you use the Night Club card, you earn rewards like free slot play, comps, entries into big giveaways, great discounts, special offers, and more. And right now, you can get in on new member and referral bonuses. Like rewards? Join the club. The Night Club, only at Prairie Knights Casino and Resort. Feel lucky tonight.
Richard Stametti, his first drive in a quarterback. However, not that much changed. It ended in a Justin Rankin touchdown for the 3rd time today. From just 3 yards out, the previous 2 from 19 and 21. Alongside head coach Roger Thomas, David Sugarman here for Beck Sports. And coach, we saw Stametti throw one pass, but why do you think Bismarck elected to go with the QB change here, up 12 to start the 3rd?
They struggled to throw the ball, obviously, in the first half, kind of stalled out in the second quarter, and it's like a lot of sports. They just bring the relief pitcher in and try and get a spark, and he's a leader. You know, he's one of the key guys on the team. So
Cavallo returns it to midfield, and Iowa will come back out. A much better Iowa offense in the second quarter than we saw in the first.
Well, we'll see if Iowa's got some other plans. They didn't, other than the quarterback scramble, they didn't run the ball real well in the first half. You wonder if they've changed a few things around to try to get a legit running game going, which would certainly help them in the passing game, because they had, I mean, I'm sure they'd probably agree, a very below average first half on offense.
Barnstormers shut out in the first quarter, put up 15 in the second, got as close as 5. However, now they trail by 19. The reigning MVP quarterback Daquan Neal struggles with the snap. Just 2 for 9 in the first half. And the first pass goes out of bounds. That is several times now we've seen Neal and his center, Zachary Fondle, have trouble with the snap.
Boy, that has really, really hurt them, because you just basically, besides the one time it was a turnover, you're basically giving away a play and you're losing yardage, or like this was an incomplete pass. So that has really hurt them offensively, where they lose a down about every other series here because of the snap.
2nd down and 10. Neal with Cavallo, sidecar left. They fake the give, and Keith quickly there to submarine Neal. He's only gotten loose once today. Got to tip your cap to this Bismarck D coach.
Well, that's discipline, because it's that the read option stuff where he's going to put the ball in the stomach of that back, and you don't know who's going to end up with the ball. So you got to stay on your defensive responsibility and don't go chase something you don't see. And they've done a great job of doing that, of discipline on defense.
An Iowa team that put up 49 points a couple of weeks ago back at home against Bismarck in a 49-42 win. They've been held in check so far tonight. 3rd and 10, need to get to the 15. Right at the sticks. Hendricks says not today. They were looking for Bell.
Well, you know, you asked the question in the first half, what's caused the passing numbers to be so low? Well, there's an example. There's been some good defensive back play. There's been some guys on guys knocking balls down. Right there's another example.
This is a Bismarck secondary that really flies around, but plays discipline as well.
They did. They've just made some nice plays, especially in key downs like that. Was a big third down, and there's a guy making a big play, and that's a key.
So it'll be 4th down and 10. Iowa elects to keep the offense out. Head coach Les Moss looking for life. More trouble on the snap. Neal, home run ball, in and out of the hands of Thompson. Godot may have gotten a hand on it. Either way, it's Bismarck football.
It was a good defense. He undercuts. I believe he probably tipped the ball, would be my guess. But he was in good position to make a play.
That'll bring us to the media timeout. Just about halfway through this third quarter, Bismarck in command.
It's that time of year when you'll save hundreds, even thousands on America's best-selling brands during Mattress Firm's semi-annual clearance sale. While supplies last, save up to 80% on name brand model closeouts like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and even Stearns & Foster. And with zero interest financing for up to 5 years, buy America's most recommended bed, Tempur-Pedic, for just $31 a month and get $300 in bonus cash. But hurry, these clearance models won't last long. Shop Mattress Firm's semi-annual clearance sale going on now.
Today's Game on Beck is brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance, Dakota Community Bank, West Dakota Chevy, Bell Bank, BASF, and Beck. A huge 4th down stop. Coach Keontae Godot in this secondary is doing everything today for this Bismarck defense.
Well, they really have. And they've made plays. They've gotten some pressure on the quarterback occasionally. They've gotten the bad snaps, which has helped them. So a lot of that stuff adds up to a pretty darn good defensive performance so far.
Second series for Richard Stameti, who came in after a rough first half for quarterback Glenn Couillette, was just 2 for 7. Stameti 1 for 1 on that last drive, ended up in a Rankin 3-yard score. Handoff for Rankin again, bursts up the middle, gets near the sticks. Boy, he knows how to finish a run too. Made sure Jalen Moore felt it.
What a nice job up front by the center and the left tackle. Just gaping hole, gaping hole. Look at that. Look at turn those defenders.
Jamal Paxton, who led the way on that last touchdown, has done a fabulous job today here for the Bismarck offensive line, flanked by Lawrence Omalayo and Sterling Clark. Rankin already with 3 touchdowns today, picks up 9 yards on first down. On 2nd and 1, Rankin in some trouble. Stameti paying the price, and unfortunately it's not worth it. Wrapped up in the backfield by Moore.
Well, I had the feeling in my heart that it was 2nd and about a yard, that they may throw one up on play action with 2nd and short, but they decided to go for it. Now they've got 3rd and reasonable.
Coach, you love a quarterback who's willing to sacrifice for the team, but as a head coach, are those the plays that really scare you when you see a quarterback get hit like that?
Well, you'll watch the head coach suck in a lot of air as he sees his quarterback running over there to throw a block. I'll guarantee you that. Especially this, if they want Stameti to kind of spark them in the second half, they got to keep them in the game.
3rd and 3. Stameti quick throw, low delivery, and Harvey couldn't pick it up. That's 2 passes from Stameti. Both have been low. What do you see out of his delivery that's forcing that?
He actually looks pretty good, but it's just like he's got to get in the flow of the game and just believe in his release and just be confident in his throws.
It'll be 4th down and 3 from the 18. Stameti, his 5th game of the year. Started twice this season. Stameti, time, steps up. He's got room, and a flag as he ran for the first down. He got past the sticks. However, this one could come back. It was Gabe McCoy in on the stop.
It's in the area of holding, but some of the Bismarck guys were clapping as if it was something against the defense.
Drum roll, please.
Holding, defense number 3. Penalties enforced half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
That's big.
So half the distance from the goal at the end of the run on John McClure III. Defensive back called for defensive holding, and now it'll be first down and 10. Or rather, first down and goal, beg your pardon, at the 6. Stametti fakes it one way, gets it for Rankin. And he's wrestled down.
Well, it looked like they were trying to play off of their success with the jet sweep and fake that and give the ball to Rankin, so they're trying to mix it up on the run.
Winslow on the tackle. So it'll be second and goal from the 6. Bucks looking for maybe not quite the knockout punch, but what would be a huge blow to this Iowa team that is scratched and clawed just to stay in this ball game. Stametti looking end zone. JT Stokes in on a rushing touchdown, and now he's in on the receiving end.
Well, that's where Rankin and the jet sweep have paid off. You fake those, everybody steps up looking for the run off the 5-yard line, and you run a nice crossing route like that. It all fits together with getting the defense to step up and getting a guy free on a crossing route down there deep.
That's now 8 touchdowns in the last 3 games for JT Stokes. On a roll, and Barber puts one more through. The Bucks in control, a 41-14 late third quarter here in Bismarck.
West River Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of the Bismarck Bucks. Missouri Valley YMCA, your official workout facility of the Bismarck Bucks.
We look forward to serving you here at your local community bank.
Richard Stametti, fresh off the bench, throws his first touchdown of the game, and the Bucks lead by 26. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. What have you liked out of the backup, Coach?
Well, he's the spark. I mean, he's thrown some good balls. You know, there's a low one in there, but one low one's caught. He throws a touchdown. There's kind of a continuity to the offense now, as I mentioned, kind of the mix of run and pass. They had the Barnstormers defense on their heels a little bit. They've got that momentum here. Going back to win this thing now, they just got to play D and not give up some big plays and let Iowa back in the game if they want to win this one.
On that front, if you're Iowa, this is an explosive offense, but they have been held in check most of this game. Right. How do you start to chip away at this big Bismarck lead?
Well, they're going to start with their quarterback. His feet or his arm's going to do it. He's going to have to run some himself to make plays like he did in the first half, and he's got to throw some balls in there. And he didn't have a great half throwing either. Neither team did, so he's got to pick it up if he's going to pull his team out of the fire here a little bit.
Neal just 2 complete passes as Cavallo again trouble on the kickoff. Gets out of the end zone and out to the 5-yard line. Elad Cavallo, who's a solid return man, 19 yards per return so far this season. These balls have just ate him up.
I'll tell you what, he's going to have to get his glove out and work on some ground balls this week, because that's all he's getting and bad hops on top of it. That's a tough job. That football bounce is so goofy, and he's paying the price.
A Bismarck defense that's 7th in the league, gives up almost 45 points a game. They have done a fabulous job here today. Forced the turnover, only given up 15 points to the reigning IFL MVP, Daquan Neal. He was just 2 for 9 in the first half, hasn't completed a pass here in the second. Across the middle, behind Thompson.
Well, another good play. And they try a little play action and slip the receiver and get the linebackers to step up on the play action and run a crossing route, and probably should have been caught, but it's just, I'll say it again, for Iowa's defense, it's one of those days. Bad snaps, now a drop ball, probably call that a drop. They're just struggling to make positive plays continually.
Neal, who was just 11 for 26 last week in the win over Tucson, didn't throw a touchdown in that game. 2 for 13 so far today, just 38 yards and a score. The Bismarck secondary has been all over these receivers. And now a flag before the play, and Iowa might have to move back again.
Well, it just seems like there's a kind of a, I'll be quiet while the ref tells us here.
Ball start. Offense, number 1. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
What I was going to say is it seems like there's just a timing glitch here between the center and the quarterback. As the quarterback directs those guys to go in motion, he's got a certain amount of time to snap the ball, and it seems like there he was a little late. Well, then those guys are offside. They're struggling with their timing.
Thompson, the wide receiver, with his second false start of the day. 2nd and 13 from the 2. And another flag. Rod Miller adamant that the Barnstormers are going to move back again. An Iowa team that averages about 69 penalty yards per game.
Offense, number 15. Half the distance to the goal.
Kind of the
Second
same
down.
deal. This quarterback center exchange and the timing of it has been an issue all day from the first quarter on.
The penalty yards are racking up for Iowa, and it is now 2nd down and 14 from the 1, down by 26. And is it going to be 3 consecutive false starts?
Full start. Offense, number 15. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
Kentrez Bell again. 3 consecutive false starts, all by wide receivers for Iowa. This offense is dizzy.
It is. It's amazing. And I'm not sure if this is the center's fault, quarterback's timing, the receivers. Somebody's to blame.
2nd and 15 from the 1. Not much room to wiggle for Neal. He hops out of the end zone, is banged into the board. However, a flag in the end zone.
It could possibly be a hold on the edge over there that got him around the corner.
Head coach Rod Miller right now is signaling for a safety, and it could be that if it's a penalty in the end zone,
could be
on Iowa.
Holding. Offense, number 62. The foul occurred in the end zone, therefore the result of play is a safety.
Rod Miller knows a thing or two. DJ Loving called for his 3rd penalty of the game. 4 straight plays with penalties for Iowa, and it leads to a safety.
Wow, what an incredible series of plays for Bismarck. I mean, that's amazing. You don't see that in any football game at any level, all those penalties in a row. Wow.
And I can't imagine, even if Iowa found a way to come back today, that the Monday film session will be very kind from Les Moss.
I think if I was one of those guys, I'd be sick that day. I'd be out of school. I'd be out of school that day.
So it's a 20.8 edge for Bismarck after the safety. And it's hard to forget, Coach, easy to forget rather, 20-0 Bismarck, but at the half, Iowa had some momentum. This was just a 12-point game, 27-15, 16 consecutive points from the Bucks, and they'll be getting the football back.
Well, I'm sure Coach at Bismarck says, guys, let's start all over again in the second half, which they did. Let's get the mojo back, the momentum, and they've done that in pretty much all phases of the game.
Nathan Criswell will kick off. Mike Kerrigan back to return. He's already brought one back to the house. Burst up the middle, gets to the sideline, and Hollenbeck trips him up at about the 20-yard line.
Well, to tell you, it's one of those games. It's like in baseball, the Bismarck returners get a Sunday hop, and the guys in Iowa get some kind of a crazy, goofy sideways. I can't handle it in the end zone. It's been that way all day. It's been Bismarck's kind of day and a bad deal for Iowa.
And it's all smiles right now for the Bucks. This is a group that has taken their licks over the last couple of weeks. A one-touchdown loss to Iowa 2 weeks ago that ended on a surprise onside kick. Bucks never got the chance to tie the game late, down 7. Last week at home, embarrassed. A 64-28 loss while hosting the defending champs. However, still a quarter and change to go, but it's been all Bucks from the jump. Richard Stametti out for his third drive of work. Screen for Raheem Harvey.
Good play, possession. It's a little early, but I'm sure Bismarck would like to run some possessions now where they're running the ball and getting the clock going like this and shorten the game down a little bit for their behalf.
Harvey with his his second catch of the day. This is a Bismarck offense that normally relies heavily on their wide receivers. 3 of the top 5 leaders in receiving yards in the league. They have JT Stokes, who's tied for second in the league in receiving touchdowns. There hasn't been that much work today from the receivers. Only Stokes and Harvey have caught passes, both for a combined less than 50 yards. Sweep again for Stokes. He's already got 1 touchdown this way. Not that time. And a flag came in well after the play.
There was a little extracurricular over on the far side of the field, so I'm not sure who it's on.
Sterling Clark came in after the fact, but looked like he was just separating his teammate Jamal Paxton.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 52, 15-yard penalty, down counts, it's third down.
And it is on Jamal Paxton. So Paxton, the center and Georgia State product, who's played a fantastic game, has had a couple of touchdown springing blocks for Justin Rankin, with a little bit of an ill-advised penalty there here late in the third. So it'll move the Bucks all the way back to their own 20-yard line and make it third down and 20.
Well, that's sure a kind of a deal breaker here for the offense, unless they can come up with a big play to kind of take some of the momentum away what's been going on.
Third and a mile. Steady on Stametti under pressure, and Rankin couldn't handle the screen, but another flag. And more jawing. These two teams had a close game a couple of weeks ago.
Well, I don't doubt that there's a lot of frustration on Iowa's side, and Bismarck wants to hang on to this thing and try to win this game. They've got to stay out of the trouble and not respond if there's some stuff going on.
Bucks were pretty honest a couple of weeks ago.
Illegal twist, number 91 and 99. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Oh, wow. Illegal blitzes on Denzel Chukwuelu and Christopher Biggers. So it'll be 5 yards and, more importantly, a first down for the Bucks. And they'll let the third quarter clock wind down. A couple weeks ago, Bucks said they felt like they gave one away.
That's
one
the end of the
play
third
here,
quarter.
one play there. I'll tell you what, it's going to take more than one play here or there for Iowa to get out of this hole. 28-point lead for Bismarck as we head to the fourth.
BetConnect, the official communications provider of the Bismarck Bucks. BetConnect, the official replay sponsor of the Bismarck Bucks.
Every day we rise, bend, twist, walk, run, doing the things we love. They are simple until they are not. If pain is holding you back from simple tasks like work, playing sports, or spending time with loved ones, West River can help you get the pain relief you need to enjoy the things you love. Take the step to a happier, healthier life by calling us today, or go online to westriverchiro.com. West River Chiropractic, family, wellness, athletics. We are proud to be the official team chiropractor of the Bismarck Bucks.
Well, they got a chance to keep this drive alive and knock one in.
Start of the fourth quarter on Beck, brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance, Dakota Community Bank, West Dakota Chevy, BASF, and Beck, as well as POEM, ID Chrysler, Mattress Firm, Running Farms and Fleet, and Missouri Valley YMCA. Bucks were held to 28 points in a 36-point loss last week to Sioux Falls. Safe to say they've brought back that intensity and fire that head coach Rod Miller said was missing, a 28-point edge going into the fourth quarter.
Well, they got a great chance. They got field position here. They got the ball. They can, a touchdown here would make it really, really, really difficult for Iowa to come back.
After an illegal blitz at the end of the third quarter, made a third down and very long, a first down and 10. And Richard Stemeti, who didn't get the start but came in after Glenn Couillette struggled in that first half, has managed the offense well. Hasn't done anything spectacular, but 3 for 4 and a touchdown in that third quarter. Back to pass on the first play of the fourth. Drops it for Rankin. He's got running room, and he pinballs off a couple tacklers and bursts inside the 10.
Well, another completion for Smetty, and that consistency is what's going to do it here. They don't need a bunch of big plays right now. They need to possess the ball and make some first downs and keep things going.
51 rushing yards, 17 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns for Justin Rankin. It has been a fantastic day for the former Kent State Flasher. And now Bismarck trying to deliver the knockout blow here early in the fourth. For the first time today in the backfield, it's Rankin's former teammate, Isaiah Strayhorn. Stemeti on the keeper. And lost a couple of yards. Strayhorn was Rankin's teammate at Rankin's second stop, Northwest Missouri State. A couple of guys who are used to sharing the backfield.
Well, it's going to be, I think Bismarck can play the clock game a little bit here. You tell your quarterback in this situation, watch the play clock. There's no need to be snapping the ball until we're getting down there, and just eat up little pieces of the game here and keep those first downs coming. As you can see, they're in no hurry here.
15 seconds on the play clock, and Stemeti and company not even back at the line. Stemeti, end zone, Stokes for the second time this half.
What a great throw. Yep. Well, just a wide open, ran a great route, lost the DB in the back of the end zone. Stemeti throws another strike. Boy, he's having a half. He's only got like 1 incompletion, I believe. He's thrown a lot of completions.
Stemedi on that drive alone, 2 for 2, 27 yards, and he throws his second score, both of them to Stokes. And Barber puts it through. A 50 spot for the Bucks, and they are all over the Barnstormers here early in the fourth.
Cluton Property Management, the official game ball sponsor of the Bucks. Cricket Wireless, the official smile cam of the Bismarck Bucks.
A long history of great quarterbacks for the Iowa Barnstormers. That's footage of Kurt Warner. Before he led the greatest show on turf, he led the Iowa Barnstormers to the Arena Bowl in 1996. They fell short to the Tampa Bay Storm, but that was one of 3 seasons for Warner in Iowa. Now they're led by a different MVP quarterback in Daquan Neal. 50-15. Bucks in control here as Cavallo with a return just outside the 12-yard line, and it just goes to show, Coach, the talent in this league, you never know where it might end up.
You bet. I've met Kurt Warner, and he's a wonderful individual, and he's a great testimony to this type of football. I'm going to guess that Iowa here is going to try a different quarterback. I saw another gentleman thrown over there. See if their backup enters the game.
And so that'll probably be the night for the reigning IFL MVP, Daquan Neal. It was a difficult one, completed just 2 passes, 1 touchdown. And now it's Vincent Espinoza entering the game for his first action of the season. Espinoza out of Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. The FCS product over the middle, finds Thompson on his first throw for a first down. Carter wraps him up. You know, following the success of Warner and that greatest show on turf Rams team that, of course, got to the Super Bowl and won, the Arena Football League at that time released a video game. Don't know if you're much of a gamer, Coach. Kurt Warner's Arena Football League Unleashed.
Really?
I was talking to some gamer friends last night, and while it didn't look great today, the PlayStation 1 apparently was revolutionary at the time. Did you ever get your hands on that one, Coach?
That one got by me. In my youth.
I'm sure that was the only one. Espinoza in trouble. Just lobs it off, and they may be calling that a fumble, and a very late incomplete pass call.
Well, the blitzer came free, and I don't know if he was in the grass, if he was going down. He tried to throw it. I don't know what they're going to rule here. This is an unusual play. Then he slipped right there. The quarterback lost his footing, so he threw a hand grenade out to the side, and he's just lucky that didn't get picked. But I think it was considered a forward pass, I believe, or grounding. I don't know. They've got a lot of choices here. Oh, there goes a flag late.
So they may get Espinoza for intentional
grounding.
Yes.
Offense, number 8. Ball's placed at the spot of the foul with the loss of down. Second down.
Add that to the tough day that the Barnstormers are had, and I'll throw that kind of a penalty. That's just salt on the wound right now.
So it'll be 2nd down and 23 for Espinoza. Espinoza fires towards the sideline. Sails too high for Hollenbeck. Espinoza, certainly a tough young man. In January of 2018, his youngest son actually had a seizure. He was diagnosed with pneumonia, and while we're happy to report his son was okay, then Espinoza caught pneumonia. Said that he was just on his couch all day and night. for about a month and a half, lost all of his off-season progress. About 25 pounds of weight came off. Said it was one of the hardest experiences of his life, but speak to the toughness of Espinoza. He came back to Lincoln University in spring camp, still won the starting job.
Well, he doesn't look like he has 25 pounds to lose.
3rd and 23. Espinoza in trouble. Ben Moa takes Samoa on the sack. Moa in just his 2nd week with the Bucks, and he has made an immediate impact.
He will be a force.
And now it's 4th and a mile. And Nathan Criswell is out there. Zarel Hendrick back on the potential return. Criswell with a little conversation with his holder, Daquan Neal, before the snap. High bounce, Hendrick picks it up. Not a whole lot of care carrying that thing, but he gets it to midfield. Good thing the package isn't fragile. And another good return to about midfield, halfway to go in this 4th quarter.
I'll say it again, I don't know what Bismarck's got going, but that's another Sunday hop on a crazy football, and he can field it easily and get going.
Coach, easily the most impressive performance we've seen out of Bismarck this season, and it felt like they just had a little bit of extra juice from the jump today. Talk a little bit more about that on the other side of the break. 8:04 to go in the 4th. Bismarck cruising at home.
Cluton Properties, the official housing sponsor of the Bismarck Bucks. ID Chrysler, the official touchdown sponsor of the game.
Since 1908, H.A. Thompson & Sons has helped thousands of buildings run comfortably through the hottest and coldest weather in North Dakota.
Now, our guaranteed maintenance agreements for heating and cooling systems keep your equipment running efficiently, reducing costs, and providing consistent comfort. Preventive maintenance doesn't cost, it actually saves. And we'll show you how to save money and improve your comfort.
Working together, we'll find ways to help your building and budget with our custom maintenance plans.
Call us today, H.A. Thompson & Sons.
8:04 to go in the 4th. Bismarck up by 35. Iowa, a week after shutting out Tucson in the 2nd half, on the verge of being shut out themselves. And Coach, we were just touching on it before the break. Bismarck, flat performance last week. Head coach Rod Miller called out his group, said we didn't have the thrill, didn't have the fire. It felt like from the opening snap, that intensity was there and never dropped off, even when they've gotten up big today.
Right, this was a coach's game. He called them out, told them what he wanted. He said the only thing you can control is your effort, and they gave him the effort today. You know what? They're going to have that same speech next week in Iowa. They're going to be the same thing. Where were you guys last week? They're going to get the same treatment by their coach next week.
A Bucks team that got off to the best start in franchise history, as Stametti had some trouble with the snap. Hopped back on it. At 3-1, had lost 2 straight since. And maybe this is even more important of a win. They won't be back home here in Bismarck for about a month. 3 straight games on the road and a bye wedged in there as well.
Well, you wonder for the Bismarck team, what does this do in the long haul? When you've bounced back, you've learned some hard lessons, you got kicked around a week ago. Does this teach you, in a sense, how to show up and how to play the game every week? It's probably a great lesson for them, and hopefully it carries on when they hit the road here in the future.
Head coach Rod Miller, who turned 51 this week, with a late birthday present, as Stametti just launched that one. Seemed like Iowa got off the line awfully quick. Tony Winslow was in on the pressure on Stametti.
Legal defense, number 24 out of the stance at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
Winslow gets tagged with the penalty. And so it'll be second down and 6. 7 minutes and counting. Bucks' largest win this year was a 22-point win a couple of weeks ago at home over Northern Arizona in week 4. Well on their way to what seems like a much bigger win than that. Stemeti hits Harvey right in the hands, and he gets down to the 10-yard line. Nothing fancy, but a strong second half for Richard Stemeti, who came in after a rough first half for quarterback Glenn Kuyat.
Well, he has thrown some good balls. Once he got warmed up a little bit, you could have seen that at the start of this play, he was holding the team, letting that play clock wind down, use a little more clock. Just keep control of things. He's got his arms around this game very well.
6 for 8 and 2 touchdowns for Stemeti, who hadn't seen the field in several weeks. Kuyat was just 2 for 7 for 22 yards in the first half. Bucks were up a dozen. However, Rod Miller elected to go with the change, and it's paid off. First handoff in a Bucks uniform for Isaiah Strayhorn, and he's taken down around the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're just going to try to possess the ball, keep this clock running, and maybe an opportunity. And these rosters aren't real deep, but to get a couple other guys like that in the game and get them some experience, which will help them down the road.
Strayhorn, who was just signed this week, former teammate at D2 school Northwest Missouri State of running back Justin Rankin. Guys who are pretty close. Went through the pre-draft process together, and all the uncertainty of the pre-draft process combined with COVID-19 canceling so many pro days across the nation. Stemeti with a sweep for Kerrigan. He picks it up, and he's in a whole lot of trouble. Bucks up 35, getting just a tiny bit sloppy here down the stretch. Right. It'll be 3rd and a mile.
Well, I think you get this far ahead in the game, you're trying to run things down. I hate to say it, it's a natural thing. The players lose a little focus, and those kinds of things happen. They're running the same plays that they ran before, and yet you see the result, so it's tough.
A 9-yard loss on that one. And it'll be interesting to see as Bismarck goes on the road to take on Green Bay next week, a team they've already beaten twice this season, what the situation will be at quarterback after today. 3rd and 19 for Stemeti. And a flag before the snap.
Well, just as we're saying, you're trying to...
Ball start. Offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
You're trying to slow things down, run that play clock down, and then you kind of get a little lethargic where you're not hitting the tempo and you're not trying to run it. You're trying to do the right thing for the game, but it kind of messes you up offensively to do the right things that you've been working on.
How do you, as a head coach at this point in the game, how would you try and keep your teams focused? What would you be saying to them if you're still trying to work out kinks right now?
Well, you're certainly talking to them on the sideline as much as you can to try to tell them just exactly what we're saying. Come on, you guys, let's finish this the right way.
Stemeti sails one out of bounds. So 4th down and 24, less than 3.5 minutes to go. In a game that, after trailing the entire way last week, Bismarck has led wire to wire today. And Cody Barber will come out and attempt a field goal. 0 for 1 so far today. About a 37-yarder for Barber. Kuyat, a good job of handling a high snap. Right down Broadway for Barber. Just 2 yards shy of his longest of the year. Cody Barber adds 3.
Mattress Firm, the official timeout sponsor of the Bismarck Bucks. Sleep Number, your official sleep partner of the Bismarck Bucks.
Prairie Knights has opened all slot machines for use, and Blackjack is back as well. So come on out, enjoy all your favorite games, and rest assured social distancing protocols are still in place. And right now, get in on the $110,000 Summer Cruisers giveaway. Win cash, comps, and free slot play prizes on Sundays. Or one of our grand prizes, a Can-Am Spider or Ranger pontoon. Get here for the Summer Cruisers giveaway. It's one of the biggest giveaways of the year. Feel lucky tonight.
Bismarck scored the first 20 points of the game, and they've scored all 26 points that have been put on the board here in the second half. Just a portrait of dominance today for Bismarck, Coach, as they try and close out this one.
Well, it's been from the start, intensely on defense, beating the team that rolls in here that's 3-1. They got some offensive efficiency in both halves, running and passing. And they cooperate a little bit. Iowa helped them because they didn't play very well today.
Harvey picks up a rolling ball and gets to about the 22-yard line. So it'll be 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go for Iowa. The third best offense in the league at 48 points a clip. Been held to 15 today, none here in the second half, and one of the quietest performances of the season from the reigning IFL MVP quarterback Daquan Neal. Can't give this Bismarck defense enough credit today, as Neal will sit out the rest of this one. Vincent Espinoza in at quarterback for his second drive. Espinoza on the keeper, goes nowhere in a hurry. John Williams there.
Just more of the same from the defense. Penetration, playing hard. Everybody's running to the football. I'll take Moa on my team any day.
6'4", 320. Don't know why you wouldn't.
On defense, guys that big generally are not that big to run around, and as agile as he is, it's pretty incredible.
A good combination of size and speed on this Bismarck defensive line. Second down, Espinoza, home run ball. Breakdown in coverage, and Kentrez Bell hauls in the score. 30-yard hookup between Espinoza and Bell for Espinoza's first touchdown of the year.
Well, that was a breakdown. There's nobody there. It wasn't like he beat a coverage. Somebody, I assume, was supposed to be back in the middle of the field playing center field at this point, because they got nothing to lose by throwing it up, so you got to guard against that.
It's a fairly safe assumption.
Yeah, right.
This is why we bring your Hall of Fame analysis on the air.
Yeah, I guess you could throw one up here, right? Pretty smart on my part. Huh?
Criswell knocks through the extra point. 59 ticks left. Take a break for the 1-minute warning. Bucks on top by a bunch.
Turd Burglar, the official sponsor of the Deuce Rule. West River Chiropractic, the sponsor of the second half adjustments.
Our family had problems with hydration, fatigue, and cramping that no product on the market could solve. We knew there had to be a solution, which led us to inventing Cramp Aid. Our elite athletes have reported up to an 80% reduction in water loss when using Cramp Aid compared to other sports drinks. Nature didn't make watercolored, so neither does Cramp Aid. Our products contain all natural flavors and are dye-free. Cramp Aid helps your water take you further.
West River Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of the Bismarck Bucks. Missouri Valley YMCA, your official workout facility of the Bismarck Bucks.
Fourth quarter on Breck, brought to you by Jiffy Lube, Hawk Tree Golf Course, Moss Adams, Premier Property Management, Taco Del Mar, and Action Motorsports. Iowa gets their first score of the second half to avoid being shut out. 30-yard hookup between Vincent Espinoza and Kentrez Bell. Second touchdown of the year for Bell, both against the Bucks, but it's all just window dressing now. Bismarck up 12 at the half and has just been an unstoppable force. Iowa planning for potentially an onside kick. They elect to go deep and through the back of the end zone. So the Bucks offense will come back out onto the field one more time. Coach, it's not often that in a 31-point victory you see two quarterbacks for each a half, not a quarterback coming in like we're seeing with Iowa in the last couple minutes of the game. But that's been the case for the Bismarck offense today. Even when the quarterback play wasn't great, the offense was producing.
Well, they did it in a lot of different ways. They seemed like we never threw the ball very well in the first half, and they ran it. And then the second half with the other quarterback, they threw the ball well. So it's been a little bit of one thing in one half and one in the other half, but all of them had a good result because they've scored points kind of all the way through the way.
Kuyet went 2 for 7 for 22 yards in the first half before being pulled, and Richard Stemeti, who's been on the bench for several weeks, goes 6 for 9 for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's been just a real solid offensive performance by the Bucks. They've run the ball pretty effectively.
Now, normally you're not allowed to take a knee when you are ahead in the final minute of the game. However, it seems that Iowa head coach Les Moss and the Barnstormers are content to let this one run out. Barnstormers will fall to 3-2. And they'll try and figure things out as they go home next week to take on the defending champs, Sioux Falls. But Bismarck bounces back. There was no thrill, no fire, and not a lot to be happy about last week's 36-point loss. A major bounce back today at home. Their biggest win of the season, 53-22. Bismarck all over Iowa. The Bucks scored the game's first 20 points and never looked back. Bucks 53, Barnstormers 22. We'll be back with your post-game report after this.
Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Aramark, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Dickinson State University, Torgerson Auto Center, Stone Home Brewing Company, and West River Chiropractic. Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Action Motorsports, Bill Barth Ford, Glenn's Welding, H.A. Thompson & Sons, Taco Del Mar, and Veracity Motors. Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Who Hot Mongolian Grill, Jiffy Lube, Hawk Tree Golf Course, Moss Adams, Premier Property, and Shields. Bucks football is presented by these fine sponsors: Bank Communications Cooperative, Shields, Pure Country, Runnings Farm and Fleet, Taco Del Mar, Cluton Property Management.
We're down there.
Our player of the game, Justin Rankin, a hat trick with 3 rushing yards, 51 yards on the ground, another 17 yards receiving. He did a little bit of everything today and really set the tone offensively, Coach.
He did a great job. They're showing some of the highlights here. That great run where he shed some tackles. They blocked very well for him, but he's a guy that can make some yards on his own and shed those people like this play right here. Look at this. 2-3 guys miss him. That's a special skill to be able to do that. Get the ball in the end zone.
Rankin with 3 scores. Bucks with their largest win of the season, a 31-point rout of the Iowa Barnstormers, a team they lost to by a touchdown just 2 weeks weeks ago. That's going to do it for us from the Event Center. For our entire wonderful Beck Sports crew, camera operators Jesse Schwab, Zach Hoffner, and Patrick Conte. Back in the studio, our graphics operator Cole Gendero and director Ryan the Beast Bradley, and my broadcast partner, the Hall of Famer Roger Thomas. I'm David Sugarman saying so long from Bismarck. It's a big win for the Bucks, 53-22. Bucks go home happy.
Thank you for watching this presentation of the Beck Broadcasting Network. We now return you to the network's programming already in progress.